12/2024 at 6 p.m. Town Hall, 101 North Elm Avenue, Union City, Oklahoma. Ryan, would you say prayer for us, please?
Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for everything you've provided for us. Thank you for this town. Thank you for watching over us as we got here safely and look over us as we leave safely. Guide and direct us. Do work for this town. In your heavenly name I pray. Amen.
Amen.
You're the first one to sit down and do the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Bob McGregor.
Present.
Ryan Dawson.
Here.
Keith Dennis.
Here.
Chad Fisher will be absent. James Smith.
Present.
Call to order time is 6 o'clock.
All right, consent agenda items, all matters listed under consent are considered by the County Union City Board of Trustees to be routine and will be enacted by one motion. Any Board of Trustees member may, however, remove an item from the consent agenda by request. Do I have a motion on 5A, B, C, D, and E?
I make a motion to approve A, B, C, D, and E for the consent agenda items.
I have a motion, do I have a second? Motion and second, all those in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion carries. All right. Number 6, correspondence. The following correspondence is provided to the Board of Trustees for their review and information. The regular monthly bills presented by Union City Treasurer Michelle Burns. Dispatch is $1,125, fire department's $2,923.66, general fund of $110,205.21, municipal authority is $17,787.39, municipal deposit funds is $0, police department $19,194.56, street and alley fund, nothing, traffic bond refund, nothing. B, correspondence from citizens. Jacob Johnson, would you like to speak?
Oh, I mean, I can speak, I can read the letter, it's just whatever you'd like.
Yeah, please do.
Okay, so last, whatever planning board day we had, I missed, so I'll apologize.
Do you have yours?
I got one right here. Same thing. Whatever day that was, 10 o'clock, I got a call from Canadian County Sheriff Department. Asked me if I was Jacob Johnson, yes. Said, all right, I'm doing an investigation on election fraud. Started, kind of laughed at him. I said, can I ask what this is about? He said, absolutely. So he went into it and explained that I was trying to vote at 2 different addresses. I said, that wasn't the case. I said, I've only voted at one place, one time. I called the state board. He didn't know the law on how long you had to live there. So I called the 2 biggest election boards in the state, asked them to give me the laws on how long you had to live at one of your residences to vote in that area. There's not a number of days. As long as you're registered in that place to vote, you can vote one time. So I let him know that, the investigation know that. I asked him who turned me in, because it's only right, so I could figure out who turned me in. I mean, it's on the bottom of the page, I put who turned me in. Married to my wife's cousin, we have our own family issues, you can look back up there in there. I firmly believe she's not the only one. I wish the city would start doing stuff what's best for the city instead of people trying to pick out people and come after people, you know? I've had enough of this slander, I've had enough of this, I've followed code. Every time I've done something in this town, I follow code to cost me money in this town. I get hit up for everything. I respect the chief. Teresa hit me up today. Cop for shot for cop. I donate to these things. I'm good to the people in the city, around the community as well. But I'm tired of the harassment, and that's what it's became. And I'm just putting it out. I can vote where I want. The state says I can. County says I can, I have residents, I don't have to stay a number of days. If I stay 1, 2, or whatever, there's no number of days. So, I'm just putting a rest to all the other BS. I wish the attorney was here to hear this too.
I'm confused, what's the complaint though? They're saying you voted?
They say I voted where I don't have residents. Well, I have residents multiple places. I have residents in Ucalla.
Don't you have, I mean, I'm just asking, I don't know what's going on. So, you live like somewhere on the southwest or northwest side of Oklahoma City, right, in Canadian County?
Some I did.
Yeah, and then you vote, like, I mean, my precinct's right here,
I vote here because I have 2 businesses here.
But you're registered to vote here?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, but the complaint is you voted somewhere else?
No, the complaint is I was registered to vote here, it shouldn't have been, and that's absolutely false.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's the clearance I have. If I wanna stay in my barn, my apartment, that I call my residence, if I wanna stay there one night, the state says that's okay. Just like the detective told me also, his ID doesn't match where he votes.
Yeah, I wish somebody would clarify this better, because that's exactly what happened to Dale Quigley, is, I mean, he has a house here and he has a house here.
Well, I clarified it because I was under an investigation,
we were told by our attorney that everything Dale Quigley had done was 100% fine. So then he joins the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then we can't find a single person to argue, that point, when we called the different
That's
elections, not when we
what
denied,
I think
when our attorney and when Dale Quigley reached out to, you know, Canadian County, elections and different people, they said the same thing, that as long as you have a house there, you can register to vote
I
wherever
think
you
we
want.
just need to let the scare
But
factor stop in this place overall. I mean, just in general.
But the complaint's not with us, so I mean, I'm just, cause I'm trying to understand like why this
The
is.
complaint's not with you. I'm letting you know what kind of people are running and on other committees and what kind of people are on the school board now in this city that we're listening to. It's just like you said, I got the same slander for being on the planning board that your gentleman talked about, right? I'm protecting myself, sir.
Okay,
I know,
but
I'm protecting myself with you too, just because I want everybody in the community to know what kind of people we have. And it's funny that you would be the first one to come fight me about this, because I have other members that called me and congratulated me on this, and said, thank you for speaking up. So, I see where we're at.
No, I'm just trying, I don't know anything about it, so I was trying to understand why, what this was about.
Well, I turned it in 2 weeks ago, and everybody else knew what it was about, so I don't know when you got your paperwork, but it's about that. It's about members in the community that have no idea what they're talking about, and I can vote where I have businesses and other things, and I'm following every law that I can.
All right, well, thank you.
Thank you.
Number 7, financial reports. Regular monthly financial reports for all funds are provided to the Board of Trustees for their review and information by Union City Treasurer Michelle Burns. At the close of business, October 30th, 2024, the bank balances are as follows. Fourth Fest has $9,698.20. ARPA's at $91,387.02. Asset forfeiture at $28,534.84. Capital improvement $275,680.33. The general fund is at $302,874.05. REIT grant is empty. Street and alley at $9,267.09. Traffic bond and refund at $67,654.38. Municipal authority is at $704,207.12. Municipal deposit funds of $54,228.20. Union City dispatch is at $46,270.20. Fire department is at $718,032.85. Union City Police Department is at $331,489.81.
Bob, that's one more thing that just caught me off. Mr. Dennis asked a minute ago that he said he didn't pay much attention, but he could tell you right where one of my residents is. That just caught me, it kind of bothered me. He could tell,
It came up in the meeting, they were the ones that brought it up in that one meeting we were in.
Oh, I wasn't there,
No, you were here, because you argued with Jeff about, that was when it was brought up, and you stood back there and.
Well, I get who I'm arguing, but you just told me you didn't spend much time on it, but you'll remember 2 meetings ago when part of the problem.
No, you're mistaking this.
Involved me, you're right.
You're mistaking this.
I'm not mistaking anything, brother. I'm not mistaking anything.
I'm on your side on this, because Dale Quigley is no longer on this board because of the same issue that
You
you're
asked me
complaining
why I
about.
brought it to the, you asked me why I
Yeah, 'cause
brought
this
it
is,
to.
I mean, to me,
It
I
does.
thought we were gonna have to make a decision on something, or you were wanting to.
I didn't ask you to make a decision.
Yeah.
I brought a letter
from the citizen.
citizens.
What if maybe the town made an ordinance to define a resident of Union City?
Yeah.
So
No, that's what I'm
so
saying.
clear-
Something, there needs to be clarification, because for him, for Dale, for other people down the
You're gonna have to go
road.
through the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah.
The state of Oklahoma defines a resident.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go through the state of
And that's
Oklahoma.
where my argument was with, I mean, people like Tom Cole and other people, they claim their residency here, and they have a residency here, but 98% of their time is spent at another house, and they don't even live in the state of Oklahoma.
State and county elections, though, they require a 6-month stay, like you have to be someplace 6 months. That doesn't go all the way down to a city level, but maybe.
6 months, and then they have to live there for 6 months,
They
or
have
6
to-
months they have to stay in that place 6 months out of the year?
I think they're being registered in that place for 6 months.
Huh.
It has to be their home domicile. But the city, y'all,
Yeah, I just-
y'all could put it in your ordinance that we define a resident as whatever, that they've been at this residence for 30 days
Yeah.
or something.
And that's where you think I'm attacking you.
No,
I'm not
you're
attacking you.
absolutely
I'm
seeing it.
asking.
And you can look on Facebook and see how many people selling stuff on Facebook Market and asking for cash only and doing in Union City limits and not doing no one's doing anything about it. I'm here all night.
Yeah.
I'm here all night.
I mean, but if you think I'm not, I think there should be better clarification on this because of the fact that we have multiple people that.
I agree,
that are
but
running
that's
into
why we
this
go
issue.
through the state law. That's
Yeah.
what I follow, the state law.
All right, let's move on. Number 8, Department of Union City Code Enforcement.
There's someone here to speak on the property down on the corner, you'd like to start with them, or?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's 8F, it's
8F.
actually not Sahim, it's the other gentleman that are here tonight, they didn't introduce
All right, well, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes. My name is Sam Hamani. Both sides of the car is in.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I'm a general contractor basically,
Okay.
and also the land developer, you know. I have talked to Mr. Faisal over here, he owns the corner lot, and he wants to build a convenience store and some rental spaces right there.
Some rental spaces?
Yeah, it's a convenience store with a 1,500 square foot for a rental, you know, for the somebody wants to open something next door, you know.
We didn't know anything about that till right now.
But that's what he told me. I'm just.
Like a cafe?
Like a cafe or something, I don't know what it is, you know. But that's what, my job is to build it, you know. So what we come with is got some sewer line issues, you know, which is running right, in the property. So we asked, Greg, can you go ahead and explain how we want to build the sewer line over here?
Hang on one second, let me get my lawyer on the line for this. Hello, Tom. Just to kind of fill you in, we are sitting here with the gentlemen that are wanting to put in the new gas station over here on the corner.
Yeah.
And we just started discussion on some water, or on sewer lines, correct?
Yeah, sewer
Okay.
line.
Alright, so tell us,
I apologize for everybody drawing all over my drawing, but, so, right now, there's a line from you guys that come across me. This is a,
okay,
we need to run it, we're gonna cut, no, that's, this is. So, we wanna come around this way, come down this way, come back up this way, and out. My engineer is not here tonight, said that in order to get the ball corrected here, we're gonna go over that. Will work to do it this way. Now they've kind of decided, well, we might be able to go back the other direction. Either way, we're trying to open this up in the middle so he can build a store, have a gas station, and a truck for the diesel.
okay. Is he removing the truck parking? Is that what's happening there? Well, he was telling us he can have
Yeah.
30 and 40.
Twenty truck parking, that's what he is.
Where's that gonna be? Over here?
I don't know, somewhere down there.
This is where the building is.
Booth's on the far east.
So, let's see, where are we at here? Where's 81?
Right here is 81.
152. And you have a water line that comes across here, and right now, we had discussed the other day about, since that's torn up, it might be easier for ODOT to get permission to do the water line over here.
So,
You know, the building covering all this, where's your truck parking?
what, yeah, have y'all contacted ODOT on this?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Because they told me that you have to have a site plan,
Yeah.
That's what we.
traffic impact study,
Yes.
and they wanna know where the drainage is going.
Yeah.
But they won't let you dump all of it to
With
the.
the civil engineer, he's gonna be doing all those things, prepare a site plan, we'll send it to you first. When you approve it, whatever we do, we gotta go with that also because it's a highway.
And so where's the sewer line gonna run now?
So,
They're wanting to bring it up, back around.
and tie back into that main line. Right now, you're in the middle of this property, which kind of,
It's in the middle of every property going down. You're
So try to
not,
make
you're
the
not
line
anything
build
that's, any different than any property all the way down the line.
it just makes it a little hard for them to put a building in and have the gas pumps in there.
Well, to fill it full.
Right.
Yeah.
To make it worthwhile for both you guys and the.
So, what is the estimate of what something like this would cost?
It's gonna cost, we have to put a 5 or 6,
Manhole.
manholes, and we talked to we had a person and engineering post and everything. So, give or take, it might be a little less, but max it can go up to 250,000. That's a rough estimate.
Tom, I have a question.
Sure.
Cause I've been thinking about this, last time we ran into a business coming in, it was a restaurant, and we learned that we could not use public funds on a private individual, is that true?
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to think, there's years and years ago, we prepared an agreement, where the city agreed, if I recall correctly, and I'll look for it and tell you, if I recall correctly, the city agreed to advance some money for a project like that. I'll just have to find it, Bob.
Okay, was that an agreement by the board, or was that an agreement by vote, or what was it?
That was an agreement by the board.
Okay,
You went through the planning commission, you went through your whole process. And then, gosh, I'll bet that's been at least 15 years ago.
okay.
So let me see if I can dig that out. And come up with a plan for that. Is that the only way these fellows are gonna be able to finance? And that's just for,
But
the
they
city
agreed
to
to-
finance it?
they're paying for the sewer stuff, they're just gonna ask for the tax stuff later if possible.
Oh, so they're, okay, well,
And water.
I haven't been told that.
We.
Whatever works best for you guys, gotcha.
Tom, we had more than one way to finance that.
Okay.
The least impact to the city. See, the Department of Commerce also have some sort of a grant, but besides that, there's the tax increment funding. They can do the expenses and it can be, offset against the revenue they collect every month.
Yeah.
There is
Yeah.
another, that way to do it. Plus, most of the supplies will come from Oklahoma City. So if you can get sales tax exemption from the state, we can get that to development because I've been involved in those things in several places. So the Department of Commerce in Oklahoma City Development Fund, they have given the tax exemptions for the industries and business. And because of you guys having a small place, so that will help to get that kind of incentive from them, And Oklahoma City also have some fund to give it to small cities. you know, we can talk to mayor there, or we can talk to the, somebody over there in the department and see what they can help. So there are several ways to do that, because I understand you got a small city and you don't want to spend your money. But there are ways we can, help to develop that. And also, we will need, for the fire department, they can tell better, you need instead of 4-inch water line, and when resorts are going on, we might do the 8-inch water line, so you can have the future development for you. So this was our idea was, you know.
Might as well make it larger now for the future, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because, I have, in the past, I have developed, Newcastle, 160 acres, you know, right by the casino. There was, we were 3 partners, this is one of my development about 22 years ago, you know.
Yeah.
And, so I have done some land development in the Edmond. I'm also doing right now in the Coffee Creek and other places on Kelly Avenue. So I have a pretty good experience and, in the tax increment funding as well as the grants and other ways to do that, you know. I've been involved in Club 3 also, so I can help out as much as I can, you know. And so,
Maybe it would be helpful for you and I to meet
sure.
and kind of go over this.
See, you have a 17 acres of a land over there. My idea was this, you need some, population growth to support your commercial development. Because without the rooftops, you can't have that, you know, by the time they put the new highway on the 152, your distance from the Oklahoma City will reduce quite a bit. And that will help us to do what we need to do over here. And we can be part of your development. I have a lot of land developers, I'm the part of them, so they can come and, help you out too. And I'm not the only one,
So Tommy, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a picture of his card and I'm going to text it to you so that you can reach out.
Very good, and I will get with him before the next meeting and we'll talk about it. So what's kind of the timeline on the 152-81 highway intersection?
I don't know, I thought about a year and a half.
Thinking probably this time next year.
Yeah.
For that to be completed, and then they'll keep working, obviously, on it.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
But this is the time to put the 8-inch water line.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, you
Yeah.
wanna do it now.
Yeah.
Okay,
At least you can put a pipe there and so it'd be easy to develop in the future.
How does that affect the future flow of our town as it grows to the north or other areas as you put a big jog in this water, in the sewer line like this? Because I've
Well,
never seen.
You guys buy the water from El Dino right now, is that correct?
So you're wanting to move the sewer line
Yeah.
all the way around?
Yeah.
So that's what he's asking is as that line flows and it comes down and it makes that big zigzag.
And you're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 bends in it, where it doesn't have that many now. How does that affect the flow of the rest of the city whenever we grow?
I think these questions I can answer, but I think the best person to answer is the civil engineer and the guy who's gonna do that, you know.
Can you have him in
Yeah,
the next meeting?
Yeah, next meeting I can have all those people, you know.
okay.
And does that have to go before, anybody with us?
Do we need to have our engineer here at the same time?
Once they submit everything,
or?
then me and our engineer will go over it as well. I've already talked to him about it, and he would give the final, approval, so to speak.
And at that point, we'll go before planning commission and then,
Planning commission.
Right, but before all that, our engineer would look at they're gonna help an engineer do it.
Can we get
Our engineer just looks at it.
Can we get a better site plan of what you're
Oh,
gonna do
definitely,
besides?
this is just a rough idea, you know, nothing is formalized yet.
Because we don't know where you're
Yeah.
gonna put parking and where
All
your
those-
sewer line's gonna be.
All those things can be done, and we can have present in the next meeting. This is just introduction, nothing specific.
Very good.
we sure appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank you
thank
very
you for
much.
giving us time, appreciate it very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Alright, thank you, Tom, I'll call
Thank
you
you,
back
Tom.
in a meeting.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Bob.
Yeah, I don't think this is the whole drawing, it's just a
No,
corner.
this is just a rough.
Yeah.
But they gave it to me. This is basically nothing, it's just something to think about.
Right, of course.
You know.
Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Do you read A there? And then there's no action.
One second here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. 8F, 100 South Main, consideration of possible approval, denial, amendment, revision regarding property located at 100 South Main in the city of Oklahoma, 73090, no action. Number 9.
Back up.
No, back up.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You just skip that.
Hey, that's what happens when you put me in fast forward, we're going forward.
Sorry.
Alright, number 8, Department of Union City Code Enforcement.
I got my report, and I tried to give you guys a list of some of the updates of some of the things that's been going on throughout the month. I would like your permission to put,
Are we still under burn ban?
No.
I would like your permission to put, some street issues regarding Grand Street on the next agenda for consideration.
Okay.
That's part of my report in regards to the meeting that we had with Dave Anderson, and there's some inconsistencies with some understanding in regards to that road. Unfortunately, that's been vacated, we believe it's been vacated illegally.
Please do.
Thank you. That will come back for you to consider. Would I be allowed to bring forth an ordinance in case you guys decide to move forward with that as well?
Okay.
I'd like to have it all together at once, all my back.
Lots, let's.
A lot going on. Some of those tracts of land out east are under contract or have already closed.
Any other questions?
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a way that we can, the public, see those reports that, cause everybody says, I'll refer to my report, I put it in the report. I'm just curious if there's a way, like, could we get it like a projection screen or something? Cause I've had several people ask.
If you wanna come hold this in front of your camera, you're more than welcome.
I can scan it in and post it, you want me to do
I
that?
mean, that doesn't matter to me. Can
I
we do
just
it
have
with
had
people's names
several
on it?
people ask, like, why can we not see what?
My understanding is it's a work product, and it's for the board, it doesn't get handed out to the public, and it's for you guys. That's my understanding in the past, I don't have a problem with that.
I've always been handed whoever wanted my sheet
Yes,
too,
I
after
agree.
we discussed it, but.
That's what I was.
I think in order
Yeah.
to have transparency, it would probably be a good idea.
No,
I've had several people ask.
It should all be public information, I mean, anybody that requests it, they can do it. And at the least, you can do a documentation, request, and then they can give it to you, but,
Let me-
as we're talking about it, I'll handle it to whoever normally.
Let me refer to Tom, and I'll answer that at the next meeting, and that way I know for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, while we're at it, may I ask Adam, would you have a problem with your report being public?
I hope not, cause I handed it to the reporter last time he was here.
I think it's all public information.
Yeah, well, he, but he posts that on social media, that's what I thought last time, I was like, that's the same thing I posted. Yeah, that's why I was like, sure.
Okay. Any more questions on code enforcement?
Oh, we are done. We are done.
Alright. 8A, Planning Commission meeting minutes. Consideration possible approval, denial, amendment, revision regarding Planning Commission minutes from meeting held on October 24th, 2024, 6 P M, Union City Town Hall. Just note that.
It's a 9-minute meeting.
That's why I reached
Quickest
for the
ever,
skinny one.
quickest ever.
That's why I reached for the skinny one.
We just have one item to discuss. You guys have all of their applications in your packet.
Make a motion to approve the planning commission meeting.
I have a motion to approve, do I have a second? Motion and second, all those in favor? Aye, motion approved. Alright, AB, rezoning of 7800 Highway 81. Consideration of possible approval, denial, amendment, revision regarding rezoning application for 7800 South Highway 81, Union City, Oklahoma, from A1 to C2 and I1.
Norwood, we're here if you have any questions for them.
I make a motion on that, yes, right?
Yeah, used to do all the time, dude.
Well, I make a motion that we approve 8B following all the recommendations of the planning commission.
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. Done deal. 8C, ordinance number 362, consideration possible approval, denial, amendment, revision regarding the approval of ordinance number 362 to rezone a portion of the property at 7800 South Highway 81 to C2 district. I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 362. Do I have a second?
I'll second that one as well.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion approved. 8D, ordinance number 363, consideration of possible approval, denial, amendment, revisions regarding the approval of ordinance number 363 to rezone a portion of property at 7800 South Highway 81 to I1 district. I make a motion that we approve ordinance number 363.
I'll second that one as well.
I have a motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Adoption fiber. No action.
There's no action because they're not here. Yep, okay.
And it has to go before police here first.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Department of Union City Police.
I'm back.
Welcome back, sir. We're glad you're here. It's good to have some leadership here.
That was a shot in the move, poor guy. Nothing completely burned down, but it's gone.
The following correspondence is provided to the Board of Trustees for their review, consideration, and possible action for the informational purposes by Chief Taylor.
Nothing too crazy, wrapping up some of our annual training stuff. George is doing well in the academy, got pepper spray today, I can show you the video later, it's pretty great. Other than that, we're chugging along.
Pepper spray's fun, the tasers are funner.
Well, this is pretty good.
We have no dispatchers?
No issues. Currently.
What is, desert snow interdiction that Ishmael does?
It's, basically the national standard on stopping cars and finding, illegal contraband, whether it be drugs, guns, people. It's one of the premier classes for that.
Awesome. Holy shit, there is nothing under vehicles.
We've only got one in the shop right now.
Wow. Granny basketball, how did that turn out?
It was good. I don't think we had as many this year as last year, but it was a good time. We held our own in the first half. Then got our fannies whooped in the second half.
Well, You know, the calories that you get from the donuts, they only last a little while. Alright. Looks like this month, 60% of the people who were pulled over resulted in a citation, 40% resulted in a warning.
Was I the loud noise complaint?
It's probably right.
That entire blowout off my truck in the warehouse.
Uh-oh. No, everybody survived?
It was loud.
I just wanna make sure that I'm correct on what I'm reading. We got 9 people for operating a vehicle without a license that have never had a license in their life.
That's a low number, but yeah,
Really?
that's usually way higher.
For free.
Are they usually underage?
Usually foreign.
Oh. But I thought, as long as, well, years ago, but when I was in high school, I had a foreign exchange student, when his mom arrived here, me and him met her at the airport, but she had her passport, and she had a Brazilian driver's license.
Yep.
She rented a car, and the next thing you know, I'm in the back seat of a lady who's never been.
That's legal. Most of the time they have what is it they use? It's usually like a
Conductor
consular
license.
card that they carry. It's not even a driver's license, but to be valid, it's gotta have a driver's license from their host nation and then also their passport. To be
But have
valid.
those two things that can then legally drive. Okay. Yeah, 'cause the whole way there, I was like, you sure you can do this?
Would they arrest you in Arkansas?
I would think so.
Alright. Number 9A, longevity bonus and uniform allowance.
This is already in your budget.
We removed it, the budget discussion.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Just to see where we were at this time, and we're doing pretty well.
That's where we refer back to the first page. So he's current, that's where he's currently sitting at. So,
Now, I have a question. It shows, it's also requested the following employees receive a $75 uniform allowance. Do all the other officers get a uniform allowance?
Those are all people that have been here for less than a year.
So we're just trying to put them in on it too, so they're not sitting out alone.
Yeah, especially the reserves, they spend their own money to be here.
Something like so.
Thank you, sir. So we would have to make
an agenda item for that, no?
we'd have to make an agenda item to change the budget for them,
No,
correct?
it's already an agenda item. It's just a budget amendment,
Budget amendment, yeah.
which I still got in my budget, there's just not a number next to it.
How do you do a budget amendment?
You approve it and I put it in my budget.
You just
I didn't know
approve
we
this
had
right
to-
here.
It doesn't change the end state, it's just an expense.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, auditor did mention in the very beginning that we should be adding agenda items to budgetary audit, or not budgetary changes.
Yes.
And I asked Tom about that, 3 or 4 meetings ago, and he said, yes, we do need to do that, but there's already been a handful that should have been done.
Well, anytime you approve a purchase of something that's over a budgeted line item, that's in the budget amendment that we can go into our budget and adjust.
Right.
I wish the auditor was here to
Okay.
explain.
Yeah, if that covers it, I'm good. I just remember her saying something about that, and then I had asked Tom on the way out. I said, hey, shouldn't we be doing an amendment to that once we do it? He said, yes, we're supposed to do another agenda item, was my understanding. But this might cover it, I'm just thinking out loud.
Let's call.
Yeah, you don't have to, it's not, we can talk to him about it later.
He's sick, I wanna.
He didn't
call.
sound sick, for the record. If you're watching, Tom, you didn't sound sick.
Hello?
Mr. Tom,
Yes, sir.
all right, the, police department is asking for an amendment to their budget to do the, longevity allowance.
Oh, yeah.
The question is,
Annual.
yes, what do we need to do? We kinda went over this earlier about how there needed to be some changes to how we did that,
If we're changing the budget.
if we're changing the budget.
Adam, I thought that was in the budget, wasn't it?
Hey, Tom, no, so we zeroed that out when we were doing our budget discussions because of the back to the auditor. I still have it as a line item, it just has a zero next to it, I'm just asking to do the expense. To add the expense to the budget, out of surplus funds.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's a request from the police department, and the board can consider it and, approve it.
But we don't have to do anything extra later on?
No, I don't think so. I
Okay.
mean, you know, it's like buying a new truck or,
Okay. Okay. All right, just trying to make sure.
yeah, I think it's the same as that.
Okay, that's what we need. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Do I have a motion on 9A?
I make a motion we approve 9A for longevity bonuses and uniform allowance.
Do I have a second? Motion and second, all those in favor? Aye. Aye, motion carries. Number 10, Department of Union City Fire.
Been, busy, but thankfully we got plenty of rain, so that helped with that, for now anyway. Is there next one's on there, right? Excuse me.
No, we took that out. All right. 10A, firefighting equipment and gear grant.
So this was just sent to us, and, apparently the state found out they had quite a bit extra money, so they're allowing us to put in for it. I've gotta do some more research, and got a call in to see, I don't know if it's 500 or 500,000, you know, I don't know if we're gonna shoot for the moon if it's plenty. I just need permission to pursue that, and that's for
Anything
it.
over 5,000 must be accompanied by a complete description, including make, model, year, manufacturer.
Yeah, well, there's a grant, but we don't know how much they're allowing us yet, that's what I'm saying.
Well, I say you shoot for all of it.
All right, trust me.
2026 pumper.
Yeah.
We already ordered.
But we haven't paid for it.
I know it, but they still.
Doesn't matter.
I
You
tried.
have to order a second one.
I did try.
Well, I know.
I got a hunch it's gonna be not quite near that much, but we'll see what they.
I'd make a motion for David to, fill out for the firefighting equipment and gear grant.
Have a motion, have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Fill it out.
Free money, so.
Department of Union City Emergency Management.
He said there's nothing to, nothing to report.
No action.
Financial salaries work, been using them pretty lately.
Number 12, Department of Union City Water Sewer.
So we started on lagoon improvement, finally. Been talking water, been digging out, so that's finally got started. Our numbers on the, back to water, sorry. On the water side, the numbers on the, last test that was non-compliant were really good. I'm waiting on the test we did in October, which is the normal test. Haven't got those results back, but I foresee them being way down, so I think we're on the right track as far as those high numbers.
With all the rain, how did our
really well. I was very impressed. I think it was, numbers in front of me, but it was around maybe 10,000 total, and we had 10 inches in 9 days, so usually that would have been 500,000 gallons extra, so, big time difference.
All right. 12A, late fee waiver.
So, I thought we did that last time, didn't we?
Well, but they did, remember Tom was going to do some research and
Yeah.
then get back with us.
The idea was,
Six.
we need to set a date, okay, if it's not here by that date, then we are doing the late fees or not. And then number two was, the $25, if it's under $25, we're not gonna cut them off. But it's just too much work to try to see when it was mailed and all that,
Mr. Ferguson,
Yes, sir.
did you ever look into the late fee waiver?
I did not,
Okay.
but I will before December.
All right, thank you, sir.
I have a quick question for you.
Keith has a question.
Hey, Tom?
Yes, sir.
We were asked, a little while ago, you know, like we receive our packet that has, you know, all of like, for instance, the clerk's report and the police officers, or the police chief's report and so on, and we get a packet. Can we share that information with the community, like ahead of time, or do we need to wait until after it's been presented to the board and then present it afterwards, or does the citizens need to do a document request, or how would that work?
I think they can do a document request, but I think we dealt with that, one time, not in the last year or so, where you can release it at the board, you know, at the opening of the board meeting.
Okay, so like sometimes if I choose to hand one of the documents that's in my packet to a member of the community, which I've done in the past, that's perfectly okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Next question, some of the reports have names and addresses on it, does that matter?
Yeah, and I'm concerned about that. I've thought about that several times.
And they're
I think
about
that's
late.
personal, private information that needs to be redacted,
Okay.
blacked out.
Okay. All right, that's what we needed, I sure appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
So in that case, they could do a documents request, and then we can redact that information and then provide them everything minus.
Anything
Or
personal.
just make a redacted copy that's available.
Okay.
Yeah, that's easy.
You don't publish somebody's
No,
name
no,
or whatever.
yeah.
How much you know, something like that.
All right, no action on 12A. Number 13, Florida Union City Animal Control.
Busy, but we're good.
How many animals we got?
4 right now. 2's going to rescue Saturday, and one, if we don't find the owner, the one brought it in wanted it, so we're counting down to 1 next week, I guess.
Number 14, Florida Union City Streets and Alley.
So we're waiting on that one, so, nothing on that one.
Number 15, Department of Union City Town Clerk, Town Treasurer, Michelle Burns.
There've been some questions, I did turn in my report as well, but just to point out a few things, ARPA is coming around again, we have to have things under contract, which I'm already working with Emblem on, that's what we pay them for. And then, there was one more I was gonna point out, can't remember what it is now, let me look at my report, if I have it. Did I turn in? Did I see my report? I know I did it. Do you guys have it? Or do I need to
I have
print it
your
off?
report.
You have my report? Okay, I was gonna say, I know I did it. Maybe it didn't get in my packet though. Anyway, everything else is fine, our finances are rolling the same, everything's moving along, we've managed not spending much on office supplies, seems to be going down. Oh, auditors, that was it, questions about auditors. Auditors are now working in I believe I put it in the report, it's 21 to 23 is where they're at. I have asked them if they wanted to come to the meeting, they were gonna try for this one, but they do have people out sick, so she was like, no, I don't wanna drag them over there sick. So, we're aiming for the December meeting for them to just give a yearly update, just an update report on where they're at, what's going on. They haven't given us an assignment this week or last week, so they're happy with what we've given them so far.
Cool. Good, we're just ready for them to come give us a report of some kind.
Yes.
Yeah,
We need
yeah.
Need to wrap up some of
They
that.
will be. I feel like they're moving forward. I don't feel like they're hanging back at all. I feel like they're moving forward.
Okay. Any other?
Disagree?
It just seems like it's taking forever.
Yeah.
The longer it takes,
Probably what happens when it's done right.
yeah, I just like stuff being done.
All right, 15A, First National Bank of Minco, consideration of possible approval, denial, amendment, revision, or acceptance of opening a capital improvement fund at First National Bank of Minco. We are well over the $250,000 that we are safe with at this bank. I would like to split it between the two, so the FDIC will cover our money.
Anybody disagree? No? I'll make a motion, we approve 15A.
Is that per account?
No, just
No,
cap.
Just capital improvement.
No, like, is it 250
Per account.
Per account, yeah.
Yes.
Another account. That you can sell.
You can't do two in one bank. It only covers
Check.
one entity at one time.
Gotcha.
So I have a motion, do I have a second? No second. I have a motion and a second, all those in favor? Aye. Aye. Motion approved. Number 15B, addition and removal from bank first accounts, consideration of possible approval, denial, amendment, revision, or the acceptance of removal of Jamie Dehart from all bank accounts and the addition of James Smith and Kenny Willard to all bank accounts. I make a motion that we approve 15B.
Second.
Motion and second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion approved. 15C, consideration of possible approval, denial, amendment, revision, or acceptance of closing the front office from 1 to 2 p.m. for lunch. So, what we're running into is, well, I'll let y'all explain, y'all work here.
There's only 3 of us, and it's hard to keep, when somebody's out, we end up having to close or have a struggle getting that office staying open while there's a lunch period. So the reason we selected 1 to 2 was so that citizens who take their lunch break to come in have that opportunity still. So, and of course, if we're here, we wouldn't need to, but what we're thinking might be smarter is just to put down the rule of 1 to 2 we're closed for lunch. Just put a thing on the door, 1 to 2, you can still use the drop box, you can still pay online, still pay by phone. It's just a matter of coming in, you'll have to wait till we get back, but it just seems to become more often now that we're
Speaking
going
of
in.
phones, has the phone's been down?
Off and on. Why, what'd you have happen?
Got a lot of people asking me how come the phone's not working.
Yeah, today they were busy. So are they pushing the right buttons?
Don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. And I carry her phone and her credit card machine. When she goes, I get them out of her office, bring them to mine, have everything pulled up in my office, so I can keep doing my job and hers. So, we're answering. I don't know what they're doing.
Don't know neither.
Let's find out.
Probably
We'll see.
Samsung.
If it is something, we can talk to them and try to make sure it's fixed. If
Well,
we're-
there has been phone lines out of town here recently, that I don't know if they had an effect on it or whoever, it's TDS or Squad.
And it's also interesting because our phones are ran off of internet, and if we don't have internet or internet goes down, our phones go down. literally, we'll see it on our desk where they turn off. And then when we get internet back, they come back up and have to reboot.
Who's our provider here?
EIT and Dobson. both.
Here?
Mhm.
Thought it was somebody else. Anyway,
So let's go back to one.
So, literally, if we don't have internet, we don't have phone.
I'm just old school on this, I like to stagger, I like the offices open personally, but.
I mean, I personally, I don't have a problem with them closing, I don't. I think it alleviates a lot of stress, and, you know, it sets a set time, there's no bouncing back and forth, everybody goes the same time. If you don't go during that time, that was on you. And I mean, an hour. I get it, I get it. You got any say?
Go to Walgreens, you can't get a prescription for an hour either, so that kinda sucks, but.
And it always lands when I get there.
Remember, 1 to 2.
I couldn't use them.
RD? Alright, well, I'll make a motion on 15C that we close the office for lunch from 1 to 2. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Motion and a second, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
No.
Motion approved. Alright, ladies, we got lunch. But since he said no, he's gonna die. Alright, number 16, Department of Human Resources.
There's really nothing to report in human resources right now.
Number 17, payroll.
I have nothing to report, but we do now. Paycom, I turned in everything they've asked for so we can get rolling with them. What they're doing right now is building our pack, building it where it'll all happen. I printed off everything from our current payroll to show whatever each individual employee is enrolled in already, as far as insurance, all of that. So now I'm just waiting to find out what the next step is. But they have everything they need. I sent them the 941, the Schedule B, the OK
The
tax.
Schedule Bs, you already got those to them?
Yep.
What the Schedule B is? What is the Schedule B?
Schedule B goes with 941, it's for the IRS. You
Oh,
have to
okay.
fill those out at the end of each quarter, the end of each pay period, you're doing a 941. What's supposed to happen is they balance out at the end of the quarter, and it proves when your pays were and the totals, and then it all matches up. And that's how they determine what we need to pay them, and or if we need to pay them. Sometimes we don't need to pay them anything.
Awesome, well, thank you for the lesson. Alright, number 18. Department of Union City Court Clerk.
You have to.
Last time stand up, look them in the eye, speak. You've been nervous.
We don't buy it.
So they have your
You
report.
have my report.
And they can decide.
The end.
Okay.
Everything's going smoothly?
Yeah, it's going pretty good. I'm still learning a lot. Teresa just helped me with the bulk water billing. And then we organized my desk and my files because those were kind of messed up, and we were still going through, and redoing a lot of the stuff that Jamie was doing, because there was a lot of stuff that was wrong or not filed right, so I am going back through and doing that. I did take a QuickBooks class, and then I did do the court clerks class. I will be doing a grant class tomorrow.
You also did icon class with me. I didn't even put that on.
I'm sorry. And then I'm still doing, I'm still trying to learn how to do, the different reports and icons, and then, the bulk water billing as well.
Could you, inform the board about the program that we use right now for water billing and the issue you...
It's coming up, that's new business.
It's under new business, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're gonna have to get that bulk order down, because 2025,
It's gonna be busy.
Drilling.
baby drill.
I'll say she's doing a great job. She really got thrown into the 2 days or 3 days, whatever it was, of part-time, and we're still on her, so she's doing a great job.
Number 19, no action. 19A, no action. 19B, no action. 20, Mayor and Trustees reports. November 30th, we have the Christmas parade, which also coincides with Minko's Christmas parade. So
We
reach
were
out to,
first, just so you know.
reach out to everyone you know, because
Who-
we wanna meet them. That's what we
Who
want.
come up with this?
Why don't we combine them and just stretch it from here to Minko?
Have one,
Can we shut down 81 for parade?
No, we are not.
ODOT nightmare.
Broke down tractors.
I will say, actually, they reached out to me, and, on the fire side of the police, but they wanted to know if we'd come to theirs too, so, cause theirs starts at 7, ours starts at 6. Technically, ours will be over by
So you
7.
just hit the deal and don't
So
even
you're
stop.
just
Just leave the lights on, have our own break.
How come?
But we'll come back here and do, there's actually gonna be some food trucks,
Yeah,
coffee things anyway,
well, there's food trucks.
and then, light the tree, which scares me to death, cause I go test it 400 times that day. Just know we're gonna plug it in, but,
Well, Clark, it ain't coming on.
But anyway, try to maybe add to it a little more every year in this area, we'll get back to here with Santa and different things, and so if y'all think of anything, or, we're still
I
learning.
would like there to be that account set up, Michelle,
I'm sorry,
the Christmas account, just like we have the 4th of July account.
we have not opened it
I know.
yet, because we have no funds to put in it yet.
Okay, so I need to be the first donor to put money into
Yes.
it. Yeah, we just need to make it an agenda
I
item,
would
right?
like to.
Yeah, for next
I
budget,
need
we
you
can
to
put it in.
donate
Yeah.
$1,000 to open that account.
Okay, call my wife, she handles the
Nice
money.
and secure.
All right, December 4th, we have a senior citizens lunch. December 14th is Shop with a Cop, and December 14th is also Pictures with Santa. Do we have any updates regarding recent projects? I think we went over all those. Update regarding general operations of the town. These girls were kind of thrown into the ringer, and I just wanna tell you, I'm off the ground. You're doing good stuff. Number 21, new business, Michelle Burns, GFC, utility software, water bills.
Jack Brown is the person who owns GHC. And he was misinformed way back, and he sent a letter to us indicating that it says, new billing, since Union City had purchased new billing software, so therefore support for the GFC billing software will end at the conclusion of your current support term, which is November 30th. And he's just now letting us know. So I have about, I think I counted 5 utility software people that I've been chatting with and trying to get pricing on, and we're just gonna throw it all in, and we're gonna have to find the best one that we think's gonna fit, and that's financially where we need to be, and just get it started. Just like with payroll, he hasn't sent a letter like this on payroll side, but on utility billing, he says he is done supporting us, which means I contacted him and told him we have not purchased. This was incorrect information. He advised me that, we would still be able to use his software, he's just not available to support us. What he means by that too, though, is that every year we get a new CD from him that updates everything.
That's how old school it is, it still gives out CDs.
Yeah, so we're not gonna get that CD, and he's not going to answer questions. He advised don't call him because he will not answer, he will not be answering any questions.
How long we been with him?
Years of business.
No, I don't know.
But, for one, forever, but number 2, he's going out of business anyway, so he don't care.
Yeah.
Remember, this was the last year, so, well, I think July 25, I think, was it anyway?
Well,
Start a new
he
one.
gave us, it initially said December of 25.
Okay.
So we weren't really panicked about it, we knew we had time to look at people and really interview and try to figure out where we could find the best packages for our, I guess, bang for your buck, if you wanna say it that way. But now he's thrown this monkey wrench in, so,
So do we need to have a special meeting between, can we
We
have it
may.
ready by next week?
I would,
We're gonna have to start, we're gonna have to have you, go get some hand tickets.
You can still use the software, he just doesn't report it, so.
yeah, so I would think by next meeting, we should have something ready and.
Yeah, absolutely, by next meeting, we should have at least some numbers,
Okay.
some, you know, what it
It's
takes.
gonna work, it's just,
Yeah.
It's rare that we
yeah.
get to reach out to
It's gonna be
them.
Yeah, we really don't reach out to him a whole lot.
either that or we're all gonna be up here figuring out water bills, writing them out by hand.
We're gonna have to get them meter cards out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That was-
Number 22, Ryan Dawson.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I have a motion, I have a second.
I'll second it.
Aye.